Well, now new at 6, a Euclid police officer is facing charges, including assault in the violent arrest of a man that was caught on camera almost 2 years ago. Patrolman Michael Amiott has been placed on administrative duties during this investigation. Amani Abraham is here now with what we're learning tonight. Hi, Amani.
Hi, Sarah. Amiott is charged with 2 counts of assault and interfering with civil rights in the arrest of 25-year-old Richard Hubbard III. And the struggle between the two caught on camera.
In the video, Richard Hubbard was repeatedly punched after a traffic stop back in August of 2017. Police said Hubbard ignored commands to get out of the car and face away. The video shows Patrolman Michael Amiott taking Hubbard to the ground and punching him multiple times. Initially, Amiott was suspended and then fired after Euclid Mayor Kristen Gale said her office had received, quote, further complaints regarding Amiott's professional conduct and found that he had violated additional department rules. But the officer later got his job back when an arbitrator ruled that he should be rehired nearly a year after he was terminated. Euclid police say Amiott has now been placed on administrative duties in light of the new charges. The Fraternal Order of Police released a statement saying they support the officer, and they said, quote, Amiott was attempting to effect a lawful arrest, and the suspect resisted. Officer Amiott, who was injured in the encounter, took the measures that he reasonably believed to be necessary to effect the arrest and protect himself from further harm.
Now, last year, this case prompted the NAACP to issue a travel advisory to Euclid. Hubbard had filed a civil rights suit against Euclid police in federal court, but a judge put that case on hold pending the criminal investigation. Amiott is expected to appear in Euclid Municipal Court on September 12th.
This has been playing out for a long time. All right. Thanks, Amani.